Hello, it's Revd Susan here again with another story for you to do with Holy Week and Easter. So hopefully you saw my story that was about Palm Sunday, where I read to you from the Lion Storyteller Bible, and I told you the story about how Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. So this week we also think about Maundy Thursday, when Jesus shared a last meal with his friends. So I'm going to read you that story. It's called An Important Meal. And I'm going to sing a little song and give you an idea for an activity to do for Maundy Thursday. And then remember to look out for the other two stories for Good Friday and Easter Day. So this story comes from the Lion Storyteller Bible, and it's called An Important Meal. Jesus and his 12 friends sat down to eat. There was lamb and bread and wine, a nice meal. But Jesus was sad. "What's the matter, Jesus?" asked one of his friends. "I have to go away tomorrow," Jesus sighed, "and I will miss you very much." Jesus' friends were surprised. "Where are you going?" they asked. "I'm going to be with my Father in heaven," he whispered. "I am going to die." Now Jesus' friends were sad too. "There are people here in Jerusalem who do not like me," Jesus explained. "They do not agree with what I teach. They do not believe I come from God. And tomorrow they will arrest me and hurt me and nail me to a cross and kill me." "No," said Jesus' friends, "they will not do that. We will not let them." Jesus looked at them sadly. "One of you has already taken money from them and agreed to help them catch me." Jesus' friends stared at each other. "Well, it's not me," said one. "It's not me," said another. But one of them, a man named Judas, just looked at Jesus, then stood up and walked out of the room. "Let him go," Jesus told the others. "We have something more important to do." And with that, Jesus took a chunk of bread and said a thank you prayer. I have some bread here. "I will never forget you," he said to his friends. "I don't want you to forget me either." Then he broke the bread in half and passed it round. "This is my body," he said. "I give it up for you. Take it and eat it and remember me." Then he took a cup of wine. Here is my cup. And said a thank you prayer for that as well. "This is my blood," he said. "God will use it to wash away all the bad things anyone has ever done. Take it and drink it and remember me." Then Jesus and his friends sang a goodbye song and walked out together into the night. It's a sad story, but don't forget it has a very happy ending. In my last story that I read to you with Palm Sunday, I sang a little bit of "We Have a King Who Rides a Donkey." And there's a verse in that song that talks about a loaf and a cup upon the table. So I'm going to sing the chorus and the verse a couple of times for you now. So this is "We Have a King Who Rides a Donkey." We have a king who rides a donkey. We have a king who rides a donkey. We have a king who rides a donkey, and his name is Jesus. Jesus the King is risen. Jesus the King is risen. Jesus the King is risen early in the morning. A loaf and a cup upon the table, a loaf and a cup upon the table, a loaf and a cup upon the table, bread and wine is Jesus. Jesus the King is risen, Jesus the King is risen, Jesus the King is risen early in the morning. We have a king who rides a donkey. We have a king who rides a donkey. We have a king who rides a donkey, and his name is Jesus. Jesus the King is risen. Jesus the King is risen. Jesus the King is risen early in the morning. So that's the song when we remember the loaf that Jesus talked about. The loaf that I have here, a little bread roll, and the cup of wine that we share to remember that Jesus died for us. And I wonder if for your activity you might be able to find some Lego or some little figures that you could make into a shape that looks like the people sharing the Last Supper together. So Jesus and his disciples, maybe around a little table. And maybe you could send me a picture or put a picture on the school website or school page to show us the pictures that you've been able to make, the Lego Last Supper that you've been able to make, that retells the story of that important meal. So remember to look out for the next two stories, for the story of Good Friday and then the story of Easter Day. Remember, it's a happy ending. See you soon. Bye.